What's shaking, everybody? It's your boy King of the Golden State coming at you. Wanted to wish you first of all a Merry Christmas, and hope you guys got everything you want this Christmas, and hope everyone's safe out there on the road. So drive safe, be safe. Yeah, got back from my Christmas parties and get-togethers and what have you, and had some books stacked together. So I figured I'd do a quick haul video on some slabs I got in and some I picked up. Everything's got a story. So, without further ado, let's get to it, guys. Starting off with Amazing Spider-Man number 121. I'm sure we all know what this one's all about if you're a comic fan. And if you're not familiar with it, it's the death of Gwen Stacy. And and I got this one off a fellow friend of mine who does auctions. I'm sure you heard of him, James O'Brien. He does has an auction thing going on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. About 6:30. I want to say 6:30 Central Time. Well, 6:30 Pacific Time, actually. 8:30 his time, which is in, I think, Central. So yeah, I saw this one. He was selling it, and I won it off of auction and got it for a pretty good price. And this is my second copy. It's a lower grade copy, but yeah, other one I've had another one I still have that other one in previous videos where it's a slightly higher grade, but I just figure what the hell, maybe I'll consider flipping this one, or maybe I'll just keep them both together. Who knows? So I got that one. Also picked this one up from a comic store, and I got it slabbed. Funny, I can't believe it came back this grade. I just got this back in earlier last week. It's the What If Venom has possessed Deadpool. It's a little What If special, and I don't know. It looked pretty perfect to me. I thought it was going to come back in 9.8, and then once I get it back, it's a 9.4, and I was like, son of a bitch. But I got it for a pretty cheap price. It wasn't. I mean, maybe that's the reason why it's such a low, not a low grade, but a slightly tick below a lower, a 9.8. So I never had this issue. I never had this copy. So I figure once I saw it raw out there in the wild over at my local comic shop, I figured, what the hell? I'm gonna get this thing slabbed. So I sent it in, got it back, and here it is. Also, at my LCS, never had this one before, and this is a Absolute Vertigo. Came back in 9.6. I swear I don't get some of the graders at CGC sometimes. They're just so weird when it comes to grading. You think one's going to come back a certain grade, and then next you know it comes back a whole different grade. Well, more on that in a minute. But yeah, this is the before Preacher started and a bunch of other stuff, and I got this one for a cheap price, but I was like, how can I say no? I don't have it. I had the trades for Preacher, because this is where it originally came from, Preacher and Invisibles and what have you. So now it's mine. 9.6 though, it's kind of weird. I don't understand that. It should have been like a 9.8. Maybe it's because it was opened, which is kind of silly. Also, my second copy of Amazing Spider-Man 194. I don't know, man. I got a thing where multiple copies for comic books, especially when it comes to Spider-Man. But this one's a higher grade copy than the 194 of the first Black Cat that I have. This one's a 7.5. The other one I have, it's a reader's copy. But back when I was younger, I thought it was like a perfect copy. When I look at it now, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? But yeah, I saw this one, won this one off an auction, and, I just said, what the hell, I have to have it. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a higher grade of the first appearance of the Black Cat. I actually like the Black Cat. It's a cool character. So that came back at 7.5. And, of course, another one I won off auction was a copy of Exo Manowar. And this one got raw. Once again, another raw copy I got off auction. Once again, I thought this thing was close to being perfect. Apparently, so did CGC. I'm not bitter. I'm not complaining about it. But, I guess we all have our own versions of perfection. So, it's cool. Yeah, I had a lot of issues of Exo Manowar, but ever since hearing about the whole talk about Hollywood and Valiant Comics, I figured, what the hell? I might as well get this Exo Manowar and get it slabbed. So I just got it slabbed, and it came back in 9.4. So I don't know. I might just pick up more of this series and maybe reread it because I haven't read this one in years. I mean, I don't know. Something about Valiant. For me, Valiant. Every time I see Valiant, I keep thinking potential. It screams potential. You know, like it could be really good or it could be really bad. Who knows? Also, I decided to pick this up. Somebody off of Instagram sold it off to me. Nice gentleman. Yeah, I just figured, what the hell. Actually, I dig the Age of Ultron series, and I actually like this cover. And yeah, that's about it. I really don't have much to say about this one. This one came back a 9.6 from the person who sent it in. And it's kind of crazy how those grades go down instantly to a 9.6 just from opening it, which is kind of silly. I mean, I don't know. If that's the case, it's going to cost you more money to get things slabbed or pressed, actually, then slabbed to hopefully come for a 9.8. I mean, I don't even know how many 9.8s. I might have like 10 9.8s in my collection. Let me take that back. Maybe 15 or 20. I have to look it up. I mean, it's not an important thing right now, but yeah. So got this off of a fellow Instagrammer, and I just love the cover. I just, I love the cover, but I love the color. I love the cover for, a decent price. I just don't want to go anything too high because I'm getting to a point I'm just not want to paying too much for variants unless they have that value to stick around for a long time. This one has a decent amount, but like I said, I don't want to go look around and finding this somewhere in a 50-cent bin, quarter bin. That would just drive me nuts. But anyway, it's mine now, so there you go. Hope to keep it that in the future. Now, when it comes to grades, like I said earlier in the video, we all have our perception of grades. One could be, you think one is going to be like a 9.8, and then next thing you know, it comes back to you like a 7.5, and you're like, what the fuck? How did this happen? So companies are different on their perception of grades. Like PGX will think something's like a 10, and CGC thinks it's like a 6, And I'm not mad. I mean, that's just the way they are. That's the way their grades are. I mean, it is what it is, and I'm just gonna live with it. I'm not mad at anybody really. I just think they should probably I think some companies should come in the middle as far as what a decent grade is. So this I got off of a fellow YouTuber for a very good price. I thought it was a good price. I had no problems with no complaints. Bought off of Big East Comics. Cool cat. Love his channel, love his show. And I'm not mad. Trust me, for the record, I'm not mad at him for buying this off him at all. I'm actually happy I bought it off him. The book was sold to me at an 8.0. It is a PGX 8.0. And I sent it to a friend of mine to get it pressed and get it slabbed. And it came back a 6.5. So he's kind of distraught. I had to talk him off the ledge a little bit and say, hey, dude, don't worry about it, And I'm not worried about it. I mean, I just, like a 6.5 and 8.0, there's a gap there. But it's like, you kind of wish that PGX and CGC could come to a common ground as far as what is a decent, rating, like a 6.5, I guess might be a decent rating. I got nothing against a 6.5 on an All-Star Comics, 58. I got nothing against an 8.0 for PGX, but if I'm going from one to the other, there's got to be some kind of middle ground, and like I said, for the record, I'm not mad at anybody for buying this comic. I'm actually fine. I love this sale. I love buying this book off of Biggie and everything. I mean, thanks, Biggie. Really appreciate it. For me, I just wanted a copy of the first appearance of Power Girl. But CGC sometimes got to get their head out their ass and grade things a little bit better. I agree with Biggie on this one. It should be an 8.0 according to his PGX rating. It, you know, or it should at least been a 7.5. A 6.5 is kind of like, I feel like CGC is kind of lying to me about this one, you know, because unless there's like, you know, a crayon marking, I don't see, but it's just astounding to me that this is a 6.5 grading. So, yeah, I'm just gonna say whatever, no big deal, you know. But yeah, guys, I'm just happy to have this copy. I mean, I'm not gonna sell it or anything. I'm just happy to have it, and it's my possession. It's a first appearance Power Girl. Features the Justice Society of America, and it's a really cool cover. I really like it a lot. So, anyway, there's that. Enough of my rant. Yeah, 2 more books, guys. I got this one back from CGC. Thankfully, they didn't change the rating or anything like that. But no, I got this one back from CGC. It's a Fantastic Four number 12. It's the first time the Hulk meets the Fantastic Four. And I love this cover. I bought this one about a month or 2 ago and sent it in to get re-slabbed because there was a crack in the slab. It was an old slab anyway. And I actually thought it looks a lot better in this slab. And I just got this one back. Happy as hell to get it back. 5.5 off-white pages. And yeah. I'm still working on trying to get my Fantastic Four collection brought up to snuff. At least the first 100 issues if I can. So, I love this cover. This is really one of my favorite covers. Last comic, guys. Last comic. I posted this on a site or two, but now I'm posting it here. First appearance of Doctor Doom. Fantastic Four number 5. It's a low-grade copy. 3.5, white pages. And, yeah. First appearance of Doctor Doom. And, yeah, I just, you know, I've been looking forward to picking this one up for a long time. And, you know, it's always cool to pick up copies of first appearances of heroes, but sometimes it's even better to pick up copies of first appearances of villains. Doctor Doom is one of my favorite villains of all time. That character, God, they really just screw him over in the movies in such a bad way. I wish Marvel could get this character back, but I wish Marvel could get all the Fantastic Four back. It would make Marvel so much better. But yeah, I had to make this a Christmas present myself. This was one where I put my foot down and say, I really want this copy. And before I saw this for a 3.0, or the 3.0 rating for CGC, and I was thinking about getting it then. That was a couple months ago, and then somebody bought it. And then last thing I saw was a slabbed copy of this for like out of 2.5, and I had to hold off on it. This one came around the corner, 3.5, and I said, screw it, I'm going to pull the trigger, and now it's mine. I'm really happy to have this book. So I'm getting closer. I think I'm missing, off the top of my head, I'm missing issue number 2 and issue number 5 and issue number 6 and 7 from Fantastic Four number 1 through 10. And then after that, I'm continuing to work my way up, and I'm getting closer. I'm looking forward to at least getting the first 100 issues, and then everything after that is fair game. But yeah, guys, that's about it. I got nothing else for you. Just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and this might be my last video. Actually, probably won't. I might have another video of stuff I've hauled up from other comic shops. I probably got one more video or 2 more videos in me. But, yeah, guys, I will let you guys go. I'm going to go pop open a beer and have some leftovers and watch Die Hard, All things being the same, I'd rather be in Philadelphia. John McClane. All right, guys, talk to you later. Peace.